This week, we learned that researchers at Yale University brought back activity in pig organs an hour after the pig had died. You may be asking, okay, why? Well, the research was intended to learn more about organs for donations, but now it's raising questions about blurring the lines between life and death. Kerry Bowman is a bioethicist at the University of Toronto. He joins us this morning from Montreal to dive into this fascinating story. Good morning to you, Kerry.
Good morning, Lindsey.
Walk us through what happened here and how are researchers able to do this?
Well, as you said clearly in your intro, they had actually, it was a lot of pigs. If I remember correctly, it was close to 100. Their hearts stopped, so they created a situation in which their hearts would stop, and they infused them with a new substance, and this is called organ X. And so this perfusion is synthetic. But it's anti-inflammatory and it reinvigorates cells. And what really occurred is at least an hour, and in some cases over an hour, the cellular life within the pigs was really, really beginning to regenerate significantly. Now, what they did, Lindsey, was they did a neural block so that the brain would not be affected. So within that substance was a neural block to kind of block the neurons so that we don't really know what effect it would have had on the pigs' brains. And that's very, very telling. So why are they doing all this? They're doing all this because they want to maximize the quality and the amount of organs that are available in organ donation. So what would happen, not now at all on humans, but potentially what they would then do is infuse this very substance after a person has been declared dead, someone that is willing to be an organ donor, and then in fact what they would do would have a higher quality organs available. Great idea. But look, what I would say as an ethicist is I actually think we need more research before we go to organ donations as to what this can offer people. So remember, if you've had a major stroke, God forbid, a heart attack, a recent drowning of a person, could this substance begin to kind of reinvigorate and bring people back, so to speak? And so it really does raise questions about the boundaries between life and death. Mm-hmm. I think we need a lot more exploration. And I actually think we should be trying this on people that have had brain trauma first and see where that goes.
Well, and you just alluded to something just a short time ago saying, well, this is not happening on humans. But isn't this how everything starts in the first place?
It sure is. It sure is. And, even on pigs, this is ethically controversial. Now, some people are going to roll their eyes and say, who cares? And others are not. I mean, you're dealing with very intelligent sentient species. And look, it really does raise the question if some forms of the death process may be somewhat or even more reversible. So I actually think it's big news. I think the media kind of missed this with, we were in a pandemic and there's a war on and all the things we know about. But I actually think this is very significant news. I'm watching it closely, as are a lot of other people.
You mentioned this could potentially help people with brain trauma. Who benefits from this research at this point?
Well, at this point, the main benefit is likely geared towards the potential, and I stress the word potential, for organ donation. But until we explore, I really do think from an ethical point of view, we have to see whether there is any benefit. And I do use the word if purposely because we don't know. For the recovery of people that have not been declared dead, just to see if there is some benefit. And look, it may be partial. Who knows? But, this is great for organ donation, but it may have a side effect in which it might further erode people's confidence as to the declaration of death and whether it's a crystal clear defining moment or not.
Certainly poses some big questions. So what happens next with this research? Obviously done successfully on pigs. So what is the next step?
Well, they're going to continue on with animal trials for really quite some time. I think it'll be geared towards organ donation. The day will come where they're going to have to start with human trials if it's going to be useful. And as much as the medicine and the science has to be pursued, so does the ethics. Mm-hmm. And I think it's very important that the public be aware of these types of things because, ethical decisions don't belong just in a laboratory. I mean, we all live with the ethical implications. So it's important that anybody and everyone be aware of these types of things so we see what people think.
It's a very good point to end on, Kerry. Fascinating stuff. Thank you for breaking that down for us.
You're very welcome. Take care.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.